Sweet mother, send your child unto me.
The Dark Brotherhood, the most beloved faction in the entire game. You all probably have memories of going inside the hideout. You have memories of all the characters that are in the Dark Brotherhood, and even all the fun quests that you went on. But what if I told you, it is not perfect? There are actually a bunch of ways to improve the Dark Brotherhood experience, focusing on the questline, the characters, and everything that comes in between. So in today's video, we'll be taking a look at a list of mods that are going to be enhancing the guild itself, the hideouts, and the questline mainly. But now what I'm asking from you is that you get your snacks and get ready for this. So, my name is Nariva, and this is the ultimate Dark Brotherhood overhaul. And we will start today's video talking about the texture mods. So we all know about the Dark Brotherhood tenets. Some of you nerds might even be able to name them all. However, given their importance in the lore, making sure that they are very visible in whatever hideout we are is crucial, and this is why the mod Dark Brotherhood Tenets is a must. This mod is going to be the start of our overhaul, because of the relevance of these tenets. It makes the framed parchment with the tenets written out crystal clear to ensure the visibility and understanding. I mean, you can get them up to 16K, man. Like, what the actual f***? No thanks, my PC will get to see another day, maybe not yours. There are a few other options as well, but to me, it's the one that is the most similar to what the vanilla wanted to achieve. Night Mummy, a Night Mother makeover, replaces the Night Mother's corpse with a higher resolution one, making her even uglier and somewhat burnt compared to the original one. There are also mods making her sexy, but I can't really show that on YouTube, so I guess I'll keep them for my own free time, so this is the best that you'll get on this channel. This mod also replaces the textures of the coffin, making it more HD and all, and it also adds what looks like eyeballs? I mean, it's pretty creepy, and it's a detail that I enjoy, especially when the clown talks to the Night Mother during that one quest. Even if you're technically not supposed to see it because you're hiding inside of the coffin, basically not seeing anything. But I'm a Skyrim YouTuber, and I know my way around cheats. Huh. There's something very iconic about getting to the sanctuary for the first time and saying the password to get in. When you enter the sanctuary, your eyes probably look up, looking at the creepy window above the waterfall. If you want a cleaner look, I recommend trying out Rally's Dark Brotherhood Clutter. Changing the textures of the iconic window, the door, changing it from a dead guy to another dead guy. That guy's probably actually praying to the Night Mother, but it still looks like he's dead. And it also changes the banners, making them look cleaner and slightly more modern. While I think this is a really nice look, it's a little too clean and simple for my taste, and I really like to go for the dirty, roughed up look of the window, but if the mod gets you going, you know what to do. And I apologize if I make it sound like the mod makes you horny. Just get used to my jokes already. On the other hand, if you would really like to get something different from vanilla, I recommend Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary Decor. That gives you a little more freedom in terms of what you want, more specifically about the door. There are many, but the one I decided to go for is the Vanilla Remastered that offers more contrast, and while it is darker and harder to see, it makes the details on the door way more sinister, so there's kind of like the mystery effect. But I truly recommend going on the mod page and checking out all the different options for you, because there are quite a lot, and there's some really cool ones. There's like one with roses. I'm not even gonna show it on screen. You go check it out. Now that we move on to our next section, let's focus on the absolute beginning of the Dark Brotherhood questline. Aventus Aretino. What a lad, am I right? You all know who this little innocent boy is, but I bet you guys didn't know that he was actually the son of a noble family. Yeah. The house sure doesn't look like a noble's home if you ask me, but there is a way to get a little upgrade. With Innocence Lost, Aretino Residence Redone, you can fix that problem by adding some better decor and some actual furniture to the Aretino house. While I like the dark feel of the abandoned vanilla version, I still feel like it doesn't quite portray that his family's got bank. so this mod helps. There's also the mod restoring the Aretino residence. That's an honorable mention for this video because I won't personally use it for my list, but it's a cool thing to know. So you can take over the orphan's mansion. It's kind of cool. I would like to ask you a question. Don't you find it stupid for an evil secret organization to have a flashy door that anyone can stumble upon in the forest? I mean, if they don't want to be found, I think they're doing a horrible job, but that's just if you ask me. And it's even worse when we talk about a Dawnstar hideout, since it's super close to a massive city. Now let's just pretend that Dawnstar is big, thank you, Skyrim has its limitations. Hidden Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary entrances is a mod that fixes that by simply hiding the door. How hard can it be? Something that apparently the assassins are too dumb to do. Spoiler alert, but no wonder the Penitents of Gladys enters so easily. Not that it keeps them from attacking during that one mission, but you get my point. When it comes to the Dawnstar one, it will be hidden behind an abandoned fish shack. The extra layer provides more immersive experience, even if it does get like 1% more tedious to enter the sanctuary every time. I, for one, still think it's worth it. Now to add a really cool detail that it's actually a personal favorite of mine, don't tell the others. I would like to add the statue of Sithis. This mod adds a shrine depicting Sithis in a way that has never been done before. Well, at least in Skyrim. According to the wiki, Sithis is a representative of the void, the emptiness, and is definitely one of the most interesting worshipped figures in the Elder Scrolls. This mod is obviously made by Mandragora Sprouse, the same person who made the mods featured in my last video. It's honestly just a coincidence that they would make the statue of Sithis right after I made the video about statues, and I was planning to make the video on the Dark Brotherhood anyway. Thank you, universe, for just making things work out. Maybe it was God Howard. It just works. Now moving on to the Dawnstar Sanctuary. Now if you've already completed the main quest, you might actually spend a lot of time in this place, where it acts as a safe player home and a place where you can get extra work for quite a bit of money. So let's make it more livable, shall we? Dark Brotherhood Reborn Dawnstar Sanctuary is a great way not only to spice up the sanctuary, but also make it look like an actual sanctuary, I guess. Cause let's be real, even with the fully upgraded sanctuary, it's very underwhelming. So this mod actually adds a few things, like workstations to some existing locations in the sanctuary and even where there was literally nothing. These locations are not too crowded where your simple brain would get confused, but they actually add a much needed level of detail. Each station also has this really interesting book that you can interact with, and you would get a temporary bonus for that specific skill. Pretty cool detail, and it looks really cool. The mod also has this room where you or your brothers and sisters can pray to Sithis. Such a dark and sinister room, perfect for mysterious dating. It would also add beds to the hideout, which is kind of like a duh thing to add. You would think that a hideout would have places for people to sleep, but the original one actually didn't, so it's great to have it now. Not to mention that if you're into collection-based player homes, you got a bunch of storage and mannequins with the Dragon Priest busts and whatever you want that you could use. But this is only if you want to complete Skyrim again after a 45th time, because of course you would. And I am surprised that I really haven't found more mods that make such a similar difference. If you guys have anything in mind, just let me know in the comments. Hey there. Don't you think that the fact that your ISP can know pretty much anything about you is actually creepier than what Cicero does to the Night Mother every day? Did you know that with a virtual private network such as ExpressVPN, your data is encrypted, keeping you safe from stupid losers in their mom's basement wanting to hack you or billionaire jerks stealing your data and selling it? Well, by using my link in the description, expressvpn.com/NarivaTV, you can actually get 3 months off for this amazing service. Some other cool things you can do with ExpressVPN would be unlocking content that is blocked by your region. Netflix sucks, and there's some countries where Netflix doesn't suck that much, so by using ExpressVPN, you can basically change your location and you would trick them into thinking that you're over there. Thank you to ExpressVPN, and thank you guys for checking them out, as it keeps more sponsors coming and it keeps them happy and me happy and everyone's happy if you just, click on the link. Now, if only there was an option for ExpressVPN to bring me to Skyrim, I would get the Lusty Argonian Maid on Netflix. That'd be amazing. Okay, back to the video. Well, now that we improved the physical parts of the guild, let's tackle the storyline itself. Let's start at the beginning. I think the start of the questline is perfect. You kill Grelod, you go to sleep, and Astrid kidnaps you, and you wake up a few hours later in an abandoned shack. Right? Wrong. We will start with an extremely small detail here, but it's really important if you care about immersion. In the vanilla game, you're basically teleported to the shack immediately. Well, with immersive Dark Brotherhood kidnapping, the kidnapping itself will take a few hours, so the game will fast forward in time. Again, as I said, it's a super small detail, but since it's available on the Nexus for free, you might as well just get it and get fully immersed. While we are still on the topic of the kidnapping, we can also say that sometimes it's not immersive for you to get kidnapped in all places. Let's say you're in a dungeon or a jail. You're telling me that Astrid will go for you wherever you sleep? Well, with Dark Brotherhood Abduction Redux, you'll be able to configure where you want to get kidnapped. You could also wait on getting kidnapped if you want. For example, you kill Grelod so you can adopt a child, but you want to do the Dark Brotherhood quests a few months later on. You can actually do that with this mod, and you can still sleep, obviously. We know you'll get kidnapped anyway, so just make Astrid wait a little bit. That'll teach her. Now, if you weren't expecting spoilers in this video, you're fooling yourself. This is like the third warning already, so like click off if you haven't, but like whatever. Because this mod spoils pretty much everything. Save the Dark Brotherhood gives you the option to save your brothers and sisters from the attack of Death Incarnate. This is one of the coolest quests in the game, where in vanilla, your brothers and sisters face inevitable death, and you cry. A lot. I mean, even the spider pet thing is dead, so come on guys, show some emotion. The quest is bloody and amazing, and the mod doesn't change the feel of it at all, but it can potentially change the outcome. I really think it's a shame that characters that you've interacted with so far, that you more or less starting to enjoy the company of, pretty much just die. It's nice to have this mod that doesn't just save them automatically though, you have to go and fight for them to stay alive, which kind of makes it more rewarding that you have a bigger brotherhood. In my case, here are the 3 that I was able to save, along with, get this, Astrid. That ties into our next mod. If you ever get bored of the linear, one-dimensional Dark Brotherhood story offered in vanilla, I got something for you. Don't get me wrong, the vanilla questline is super epic, and I love it every single time I complete it, especially this part.
Just delicious. It is everything I had hoped it would be. I think something's wrong.
But it always leads to the same outcome. Well, in Your Choices Matter, you can extend that questline in multiple ways and also get an alternate ending. We're RPG players, we love different endings. I myself actually got the alternate ending that makes it so Astrid is not the one that betrays you, but someone else. And if you don't want to be spoiled, don't look at the screen and close your eyes in 3, 2, 1. Hold a sec. Keep your eyes closed. For those of you who want spoilers, pause and read what's on the screen right now because it disappears now. Hi. Now I'm on the screen. Open your eyes. Hey, open them. Come on. Cool. You can do a lot of things, such as bring in initiates and grow the Brotherhood, which will be going through an interesting initiation process, complete additional contracts, and even marry Astrid. I mean, no thanks, but like you could do that if you want. This is definitely a great mod you should look out for. It's a great addition, especially if you've already completed the questline multiple times already and are looking for something a little more different. And this leads us not to a conclusion of the questline, but a new beginning. Taking place after you complete the story, Dark Brotherhood of Old says no. You're not finished yet, bitch. Yes, this mod adds so much in-game content, it's as if you're doing another questline. So the quest starts off by receiving an invitation by a mysterious stranger that turns out to be the Emperor's cousin. So you have a civilized talk with them, obviously, and then you become best buddies. And then you talk to the Night Mother and start recruiting new members. Does this scene look familiar? Huh? Now, because of all the mods that I am reviewing in this video are not related, and you might want to have all of them installed, there might be some continuity errors, like some of them mentioning that Astrid is the traitor, or that she's dead, or something like that, or replacing Festus, or Festux, I don't know how you say his name, by another mage, because, you know, he's supposed to be dead, but for me he survived. But if you can get past that, and it doesn't really ruin your immersion, there's actually quite a lot of interesting things to see and experience here. Well, now that you have all this ready, your questline and immersion are sure to increase during your next playthrough of the Dark Brotherhood, but this video doesn't cover it all yet. I am planning to make a short series of about 3 to 4 videos about my picks for the best Dark Brotherhood mods, so now is as good of a time to subscribe as any.
Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear.
Don't you understand? Guilt, innocence, right, wrong, irrelevant. What matters is I ordered you to kill someone, and you obeyed.
So begins a contract. Bound in blood. Hail, Sithers.
If you guys enjoyed this video, I would strongly recommend that you check out my other videos as well, especially the God of War overhaul, that definitely didn't get as much love as it deserves. That video is good. It's one of my favorites. Go watch it. I was also thinking about having a second channel where I would host more discussion-based content. It's gonna be like a mini podcast, but it's not what I want to call it. It's gonna be mostly Elder Scrolls, or maybe like mostly like gaming and mods related, at least at first. Yeah, and I was thinking maybe I could have some really fun topics like mods that I wish existed, or the struggles of working with mods as a YouTuber and all. Could be really fun, could be really interesting. Let me know what you think of that, or if you have any suggestions. I would love to work on that project when I have the time. So thank you guys very much for watching. Is there anything else that I didn't see, that I didn't say? Oh yeah, if you're watching this video down the line and the next Dark Brotherhood video is available, it's gonna be here. So if you don't see an eye thing here with a notification, go watch my other videos. Stop staying on this one. Bye.
So I loaded up this older game called Skyrim. I started making videos people be admiring. Well, on one hand it gets pretty tough. I can't help to admit that it's some really cool stuff. I get back in the game after I played so many times. I thought it would get boring after committing so many crimes. Did you know the Ripple Chicken is considered a person? Now that's a dumb feature that ruins my